Hannah, I appreciate you meeting me here today at Presotea. Have you ever been here before?
Not as a customer. Being a health inspector, this is somewhere that's been put on my list, so I've seen everything behind the scenes, but I've never had anything from here.
Well, that's interesting. So tell me a little bit about yourself. You know, the reason that we do these is so that employees that work at separate facilities that might not otherwise get a chance to meet you have a chance to learn a little bit about you through this process.
Yeah, so my name's Hannah, Hannah Hess. I am the youngest of 6, so big family from Eastern Washington. Went to college in Southeast Idaho at BYU-idaho. Got a degree in public health from there with some concentrations in occupational safety and risk assessment.
Okay.
That kind of naturally led to the health inspection field. My husband's job is based out of Arlington, so when I was looking for things post-grad, the City of Mansfield position popped up. A professor encouraged me to apply, and now I'm here.
Tell me a little bit about what you did before you came here.
So before I came here, my 2 major positions, I was the tuberculosis program manager at BYU-idaho. So all of the college students' TB screenings, being affiliated with the LDS Church, they do a lot of foreign mission work. So we make sure that when these kids are coming from out of country, they didn't bring TB with them. And then during the COVID pandemic, I was the supervisor for a pretty large COVID team in Southeast Idaho.
And what is your favorite part about your job here?
I do something new every day. I rarely go to the same place twice on any given day. I'm not just stuck to a chair. I'm out in the field, I'm with our vendors, I'm doing education work and the enforcement work.
Okay. What's your favorite part of all of that though?
It would be the education elements of it, of coming into these places where they might not know a lot about the food safety, they might not know a lot about some of the code things, and bringing places up. You know, we've had places that went from nearly failing health inspections where I wouldn't touch them if you paid me to go and eat there to ones that I happily go and eat at now.
Okay. I'm going to avoid asking you which ones those are on camera.
All of our reports are available online and
all
there.
reports are available online. That's great. So Hannah, as you know, our health inspections department is relatively young here in Mansfield. We took that responsibility from Tarrant County Health Department. What are your thoughts on that?
So I think in the public health spectrum, from that sphere, anytime we can add accountability to people and bring it to the level where they are, that's always a good thing. When I interviewed for the city, they talked about the newness of the program. And I was so excited to take on that challenge. I helped build that COVID program in Southeast Idaho really from the ground up. And so to get to help with some of that again and watch this program grow, knowing that I was a part of it, I think is great. And then in terms of bringing it to the city level, it lets a lot of follow-up happen. Our vendors know who we are, and it allows us to build those relationships with them. It allows them to grow and be accountable.
So what does a day in the life of Hannah Hess look like? Now, what I mean by that is here at work and or at home.
So typical day, get into the office, you know, normal admin stuff, emails. Beginning of the month, I'm given a list of 80 to 100 places to inspect, and I can choose the rate at which I do them. So some places are, 30, 45-minute inspections, your donut shops, your tea shops, ones that don't have a lot of those advanced food handling processes going on. Versus if we go to other restaurants, sometimes I can be there for 2, 3, 4 hours. Because we're teaching, we're fixing, we're doing what we can to increase their food safety, both their knowledge and practices. I get in, I do inspections, I go home to my husband and my dog, sit on my couch, cross-stitch and watch old Jeopardy reruns.
Cross-stitch and watch old Jeopardy reruns.
Pretty much sums it up.
And that's the life. So there's only one question that I asked you to prepare for today, and that was, what is True North to you? So just tell us a little bit about what that is to you. What's your why?
Yeah, so as I was looking at the city job and looking at True North and this mission of the city, trying to understand the culture that I was walking into. After, we're gonna get a little personal here. When I started working with the city about 6 months later, I had an emergency C-section. My daughter passed 26 days later.
So sorry.
And if you look at any of the legal elements, there was no reason for me to have a job when I walked back in. Instead, I walked into my boss's office, made the joke of, hey, I'm getting admitted to the hospital. I'm either dying or I'm not. Almost died that night. And then when I came back to work, the city has been so good at working with the element. So I would say the encompassing, my true north is being part of an organization that values its people, that values what we bring to the table as employees and allows us to be independent.
Wow, I appreciate you being willing to share that story with us, and I'm glad that we lived up to your expectations and hopefully exceeded them in that regard. So what's next for Hannah Hess? So what are your career aspirations here? You're going to stay here till you're 60, 70, 80? What's the goal?
We'll see what's available and what kind of growth ends up being within the city. If our department grows and there's additional management opportunities, great. If not, we're putting my husband through a master's now, and we'll see what I end up doing if I go the environmental health route or more of an emergency management type route.
Okay. Well, Hannah, it's been a pleasure getting to meet you a little bit here today, and I appreciate you meeting me here. I can't wait for the other employees to watch this and get to know a little bit about you.
Awesome.
Thanks for meeting me.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
Appreciate it.